Hey everyone, happy Thursday. As you know, every Thursday I go live talking all things health and wellness. I am waiting for my guest to pop on, and my guest is a chiropractor. She owns Prime Performance Chiropractic, and so it's going to be really exciting to have her on. Let's see, it looks like she just joined, and we're bringing her in. Just waiting for her to pop on. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good.
Great. I'm going to have you, Abby, introduce yourself, and I would
Okay.
love to know how you got into chiropractic care. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and just answer that question?
Okay, yes. So I am Dr. Abby Badger. I'm from the Jefferson area, which is like an hour west of the metro here. And I grew up on a farm and went to Iowa State and got my undergraduate degree. Then I went on to Logan University where I got my chiropractic degree. Um, I love all things working out, nutrition, obviously my career chiropractic, love helping on the farm. And then I actually got into chiropractic through showing animals with 4-H and FFA. We had it done on our livestock. To be an animal chiropractor, you have to either be a vet or a chiropractor. And I decided to go to chiropractic school, and that's where I fell in love with the human side of it and how to help people continue to live better lives and stay active throughout their whole life and stuff. So through school is where I got to explore more of the human side and fall in love with that side. And I love treating people every day. And obviously they're different than animals where they can tell me if they're feeling better or not. So it's fun to create relationships and just see how people progress through care.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't even know there was like chiropractic care for animals. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of like a thing when I was growing up, and now it's becoming more of a thing. Big in like the livestock, like racehorses and
Mm.
stuff, and then obviously like people's pets. People will do anything for their dogs, so
Yes.
a lot of stuff with the pets too.
Okay. Oh, well, that's cool. Well, really quick, I did not really introduce myself. Most of you guys probably know me, but just in case you don't, my name is Lisa. I am a personal trainer and fast weight fat loss coach. And if you haven't been on my stories in the last few days, yes, I got Invisalign with awesome rubber bands. So it's like I'm in middle school all over again. And so I'm still trying to learn how to talk. So um, just, give me a couple more days. I think it'll take me a little bit longer to get used to all this stuff
Yeah.
in my mouth.
How long do you have to have the rubber bands on the whole time?
A whole
Oh,
year. Yeah, I
dang.
know. I know. It's a lot of like stuff in here, but I'll get used to it, I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Well, we had some great questions that came in from you guys, and so Abby and I want to go through the questions and we'll both answer them. So I know, I guess I'll just throw out the first question that we had, which was related around sciatica. And so are there any certain like stretches to help with sciatica or is there some mobility work we should be doing to help with that? I'll let you answer it first.
Yeah, so a lot of the sciatica symptoms or sciatica that you may be feeling is really coming from your low back. So, a common exercise that I give out pretty much to most of my patients with low back pain is what we call a press up. It's where you're just face down, like on a table or your floor, and you almost like press up into like a cobra. There's a video on my profile about it. And we have to be pretty consistent with that, but for the most part, that exercise, again, I guess I should preface by saying everybody's symptoms are different. Everybody is different. So obviously seek care for your specific symptoms, but generally this will take care of some of those symptoms you may be experiencing. So what we want to happen as we do those press ups is for the pain to go from like say it goes all the way down to your feet to maybe move to just going to your calf, and then maybe it goes up and just centralizes to your low back. That is the goal. We always want our pain to become like one central location instead of being a broad location. So trying to get those symptoms to not be all the way down your leg and just to your low back is one of our goals. Obviously, we want to get you out of pain, want you to be able to do all the activities that you want to do in your life. But that is one of our goals is to try to get that pain to centralize so then that way we can just try to work on that pain in a more central location and trying to hit a bigger. And then from there, once we get it centralized, we try to find the root cause. Is it we need to activate our core muscles better? Is it just stability work in general of the low back, the hip, the core? So getting to the like more root cause of what happened, and how they can live their life with some tools in their toolbox to hopefully not create it come in the long run. So the main exercise I would say for sciatic relief would be that press up. Again, doing them, we recommend every 1 to 2 hours if you have those like more intense symptoms. And as you go on, go to 2 times a day, 3 times a day. We like to pair it with something people do every day. So brushing your teeth is an easy one. You do that twice a day at least. So pairing that with those two, again, just kind of a tool in your toolbox. Even if I have like a slight symptom of low back pain, I'll just do some press ups and hope it kind of gets better. So it's a tool. It's a tool to help you get out of pain, but also then continue to stay out of pain, hopefully, going forward.
Yeah, as you were talking about that, it triggered another question I'm just going to throw out there is a lot of clients that I work with as a personal trainer and nutrition coach talk a lot about low back pain when they deadlift. And I feel like it comes from a lack of form.
Mm-hmm.
And I know this is different than sciatica, but from lack of form, but also I do think people have really weak core and glutes and they just don't realize
Mm-hmm.
it. So I feel like a lot of females, their quads take over when they do things like step ups or squats, and they're really not like doing the mind muscle connection to their glutes to really help their glutes activate,
Yeah.
because that will take the pressure off the low back as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think, I mean, again, back to the low back pain, it's a common thing most people have. So a lot of once we get our patients out of pain, that's where we first go is those activating the core muscles correctly, activating the glutes correctly. Like cues are really big, just to try to trigger them. But then putting that into their everyday life, like you use your core all the time, you use your glutes all the time. Like it's just trying to, again, have those tools in your toolbox, but then also like eventually it's going to just become natural to you, but having those cues to then hopefully as you go throughout your day, cueing those things. So then hopefully when you do a squat or a deadlift to have better form, and stuff like that.
Yes. All right, awesome. Well, our second question had to do with supplements. And was it just a general question on what supplements to take?
Yeah, I think just, I would say in general, a lot of people are like, there's so much. So many options. What's the cleanest, I think, is another thing these days that people are looking for. So it just said like what supplements to take, but I think it's more of like which ones like do you recommend, which ones do you take, what brands, or like what's something every day we should be taking, kind of that realm of things, I think.
Yeah, so I always recommend to my clients everyone should be taking a multivitamin. Um, and then in the winter, I think everyone should be taking a vitamin D because living in the Midwest and the North, we just don't get enough sunlight. We don't see the sun enough. It's cold outside. Our bodies are covered up. So I think that. I also think, as you can hear, I have like a cold happening. So I also think like zinc and vitamin C is great to help with immunity and the immune system. Um, yeah, so I guess that's personally what I take. How about you?
I am not the greatest, but the protein powder I take does have some colostrum in it, so I normally take that, and then I have the other, but just as mostly what I take after I work out, but it's just another like collagen supplement that I mix in with my protein powder, but that's about all I take. I think it's hard, like again, like I said, a lot of people don't know what to take. There's so much, what brands to use, stuff like that. So supplements can get hard. Nutrition's hard in general. So it can be
Yeah,
hard, I guess. It can be easy if you figure it out. But some people, I think it's a taunting task to take on how to change their nutrition, how to fix their nutrition. So yeah.
yeah, and I would say with supplements, like I don't recommend buying from Amazon, so don't get them from Amazon because you don't know what's in them. If you are wanting to get supplements, like make sure they're third party tested, and you are going to have to do some research to figure out who paid for that testing, are they actually verified? Because supplements are not regulated. It is kind of like a crapshoot, so to speak.
Yeah.
Like you never know what you're going to get in
Yeah.
them. So you do want want to make sure that you are taking like a clean product. And if anyone has like further questions on that, I can help them out too, or I'm sure
Yeah.
you can too. But I've been in the supplement field for, I don't know, like 20 some years. So I've seen and tried and taken it
Yeah.
all. And so I can help you save your money so that you don't waste it like I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then our next question, sorry, I can't remember the last question that we had come through.
Let's see. We had stretching to help with strength over time, and then IT band stretches.
Okay, so let's
Um,
do those two
okay.
next.
We'll do the IT band stretches. This one's hard. A lot of people struggle with IT band stuff, which if you don't know, it's like the lateral side of your hip. It's a hard place to stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so one like common thing people do is foam rolling. Again, it can be difficult, but the main thing with the IT band is working the muscles around it. So your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes. So foam rolling, not just trying to foam roll the side of your thigh, but the front, the back, and your glute area. Releasing all of that can then hopefully release some tension in that IT band. There's the standing IT band where you just cross one leg over and then lean away. That can sometimes help. Sometimes people don't feel it. Again, it's hard to, like a pigeon stretch or like a seated cross leg stretch is also good sometimes. Again, it's hard to stretch that particular thing. So my big thing would be stretching the muscles around and working the muscles around it. So making sure you are strengthening your quad, your hamstring, and your glute. Correct activation through all of your exercises, because that can then in turn hopefully reduce that IT band pain. I know like when I start back running up again, I get some pain, and it's normally at the attachment sites, like at my knee and stuff. So then I just have to make sure my form is correct with running to help my IT band. And once I make sure my form's correct, have the right shoes and everything, my IT band normally helps. Again, I do a lot of lifting, so really focusing on my quads, hamstring, glutes, activating those correctly can help the IT band. So all in all, the IT band is hard to stretch individually, so just trying to work everything around it to hopefully relieve some of that IT band pain.
Yeah,
I would
I'm a
say.
big proponent of foam rolling. I tell everyone to foam roll. And so, yeah, I agree with you. I think foam rolling is the easiest way to stretch that muscle. But like you said, you need to foam roll all the areas that are around it as well, including your calves, because sometimes it's not necessarily the IT band or like where we feel the pain. It might be like another muscle is causing that issue because that
Yeah.
other muscle is so tight.
Yes.
So,
Yes, I completely agree with
yeah,
that.
yeah. And
And then
then
the other one was
what was our question?
the stretching to help with strength over time. So I know a lot of people, like as we get older, we're like, oh, I'm just not as flexible, whatever. Something that I think is great is at the beginning of your workouts, before a run, walk, whatever it may be, is to do some dynamic stretching. So whether that be leg swings, arm circles, something to get your heart rate up a little bit, get that blood flowing to activate those muscles. Then you do your lifting, you're working those muscles hard, thinking about the muscles you're working, and then you're done. What do you do next? This is when you do the static stretching, because it's going to help flexibility, but also it's still activating those muscle fibers to develop that strength over time. So again, whether that be, I mean, it can be any stretch for anything, but say a pigeon stretch for the glutes, or a standing shoulder stretch for your shoulders, or whatever it may be. Just having those, just making sure you're doing the dynamic ones first and then the static ones afterwards seems to, I think, help activate everything at the beginning and then help that flexibility and strength over time at the end.
Yeah, I agree. I think just like put on a timer for a couple of minutes and have your warm up be those dynamic stretches, and then at the end put your timer on again for a few minutes, and you can do your static stretching. I know a lot of people don't want to stretch for like a long period of time after their workout because they're like, I already worked out for 30 or 45, 60 minutes. So what I recommend is doing short stretches, static stretches at the end of the workout, but then making sure you take 10 minutes before you go to bed at night and hold the stretches for longer. So like if you did leg day, then hold those static stretches before bed for like 1 to 2 minutes, as opposed to like maybe 30 seconds that you did right after the workout. That way, that will also help to increase that flexibility and mobility that you might feel like you're losing. And it also helps you to actually calm down so that you can sleep better at night.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think I even personally know I don't probably stretch as much as I need to.
Same.
Again, we're busy humans. We have lives. It is hard. And once you get done with your workout, you're like, okay, on to the next thing. So I do think that's a great idea to do those right before you go to bed. Helps calm everything down before going to bed. And just a good way to end your day too.
Yeah. And I will say with the hip stretches, I know I have a lot of clients that have like tight hips or feel like they have tight hips. I will say personally for myself, I think the hips take the longest to stretch out or relax. And so I would say definitely 2 minutes of like a pigeon or a figure four for each side in order to really relax into that muscle.
Yeah. And I don't think everybody realizes like they need to hold them for a long, like how every part of our body is different. It all works together, but it's different. So trying to figure out that perfect time, so to speak, to stretch to maybe not feel so sore or whatever people may be feeling.
Yes, agree. Well, Abby, where can people find you?
I am located in the Holistic Health Center here in Altoona. I am here Tuesdays, Thursday mornings, and Fridays. And if you go to the link in my bio, you can get scheduled on there. My website's on there, or you can give me a call at the phone number in my bio. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today and helping me answer these questions. If you guys have more questions, just drop them below, and Abby and I will make sure to answer them for you. All right. Have a great day. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye-bye.